Hey friends, welcome back to another slow flow. Today's practice is going to be really juicy, slow, stretchy, perfect for a recovery day for your body and your mind. And in this practice, we're also going to be using a strap. Now, if you don't have a strap, you can also use a pair of leggings or a towel, just something that's really long that you can hold onto the ends with, and that's just going to help assist us in some of the stretches that we do today. No worries if you don't have one, we'll find options along the way. Make sure that you have that close by, and we're going to start in a kneeling position. And before we begin to move our body, let's just close down the eyes, connect with the breath for a moment. The breath is crucial for allowing us to go deeper into these positions, into these movements. So connect to that deep breath, breathing in the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And then as you exhale, can you release some tension somewhere in the body? For some of us, that might be in the face, around the jaw or the eyelids or the eyebrows. For some of us, it might be in the shoulders. And we can use our exhales today to help to sink us into discomfort. Know that it is okay to be there. And with breath, with time, we can become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that will allow us to deepen into the posture. Start to open the eyes, and then let's grab a strap. Take your hands wide, and we're just going to simply start by lifting up, taking the hands behind the back, and then bringing it up and then over. It's easier if you start a little bit wider here to begin with, and then as you start to progress and warm up the shoulder joint within the socket, you might wiggle your hand in just a little bit, because a little makes a big difference in this movement. And if there are any positions that feel really juicy, then maybe just stay there, and you can twist around, you can hold, laterally side bend. And this is great for getting into the pectoral muscles of the chest that we can get so tight in through our day, just from sitting and holding forward. Our front of the body gets very tight, and so we want to kind of stretch that out, and that's going to help us to breathe a little bit deeper as well. Let's take about 2 more rounds here. Using your inhale to come over, exhale to land. And then inhale, reaching back up. Exhale to come down. And if you don't have a strap, you might just take your arms up, kind of towards the ears, and then circle it around behind you. Next time your hands are over the head, let's hold there, and then take a little lateral side bend to one side, keeping the arms long, feeling the ribs poke out towards the other direction. You might even slide onto the edge of the hips. And then use your next breath in to come back through center. And then as you exhale, laterally side bending the other way. Inhale through center, exhale one direction. It's really good for opening through the obliques, the lats, the side of the body. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, side bend. Come back through center. Start to bend the left elbow, bringing it behind you. A couple of different options here for a tricep stretch. You want to push the head back, and you could keep your right hand down and just pull on the strap. And that might make it a little bit more intense for the tricep. You're thinking about pulling that left hand up, right hand down. If you wanted a different variation, you might take your right hand behind the body This is going to internally rotate through the right shoulder, and maybe you just start to walk your hands up the strap to wherever it feels comfortable. If your fingertips touch, maybe you clasp them together. You could even take a little side bend here if you wanted to, leaning towards the right, otherwise just staying through center. One more breath. And then swapping it out, taking your hands high, bend the right elbow, and maybe you stay down. Maybe the left hand pulls down, right hand pulls up, so you've got a really active kind of tug of war that's happening here. Or you might spin the left hand behind you so that the back of the palm is touching kind of the inside of the shoulders, maybe higher, maybe lower. You want to be a little bit active with your core here, so think ribs drawing towards the hips, and that's just going to help isolate the shoulders even more. One more breath. And then just releasing the strap. Let's bring it to the side of the mat if you have one. And then walk the knees wide, bring the big toes together to touch to find child's pose, sinking your hips down over your heels, reaching the fingertips forward, starting to feel that activeness through the shoulders. Breathe in as you roll up into a kneeling plank, so shift your shoulders over your wrists, and then as you exhale, shift the hips back. One more time like that. Breathe in, ripple forward, round through the upper back. Exhale, shift it back. Roll it forward again, breathe in. This time as you come down onto your belly, squeeze the glutes, roll yourself down. Okay, a couple of different options for where we go next. First option, right hand to the side, left toes point high, and then we press open for another chest stretch here. That left foot is going to step behind the right leg. You spin your left knee out. If this is quite a lot for the right chest, you can reach the right hand forward and just focus on the leg. One more option, if you wanted to bring this stretch more into the left quadricep and hip flexor, you might grab your strap. It's kind of a little bit awkward to do on the side, so come back to your belly, pull this around your left top of the foot or ankle, roll yourself back, and then you can sling that strap over your left shoulder. Now the closer the left knee is towards the right knee, the more you'll feel this probably in your quadricep. The further away your left knee is, so the more of a open and arched space that you create, the more this will target the hip flexor. Little squeeze of the glute. Make sure that left knee isn't slinging out too far. You want to draw it in towards the midline. One more deep breath here. Come back through center. Unwind the body. And then we'll try that on the other side. So you kind of know where we're going here. Left hand might come out directly in line with the shoulder, or it might come above. You're either going to go for a little bit more of a twist with the right foot back and the right knee high, or if you know you want that quad stretch, come back, use your strap, take it around the front of the ankle, and then roll yourself back. Right hand comes over the shoulder. Remember, the closer the right knee is towards the left knee, the more this is going to hit the quadricep. The further away the right knee is, the more it might target the hip flexor. Squeeze the glutes, draw the right knee towards the ground a little bit more if you can. Keep trying to roll that right shoulder back so you open through the left pectoral muscle. Take about 2 to 3 more long, slow breaths. When you're ready, start to roll yourself back through center. Release the strap towards the side. Push yourself up onto your knees. Walk the knees in and then drop the hips towards the ground. Bring your left foot forward out in front of you. Right foot comes towards the inner leg. You can take your strap here and then bring it around the sole of your left foot. This is great if you're trying to work on bringing the chest forward a little bit more. Take a deep breath and try lift up tall, pull the hands towards you. As you exhale, draw the elbows in as you lean yourself forward. Now, if you're already quite open through the hamstring and your back, you might walk your hands a little bit more forward and they might even clasp behind the back of the leg. So if that's you, you can go there. Otherwise, keep thinking about sending your belly button forward on your leg. Using your inhale to expand and lift. Exhaling to draw forward. One more long breath here. Walk yourself back. Keep the strap where it is, but you're going to pivot the hips open, not directly to the side, but kind of on a 45-degree angle. Left hand is going to walk up the strap. You're kind of aiming for either the hand or the elbow to come on the inside of the leg. And kind of pulling the left side body towards the left leg. And you might stay here with the right hand down. You could reach the right hand towards the left hip. If you felt like a little bit more activeness, right hand could come towards the back of the head. You want to pull that right elbow behind you, even looking up towards the sky. You might feel this a little bit more through the right side body. One more breath. Coming back through center. Release the strap to the side. You're going to shift yourself forward, left foot planting to the outside of the mat. That right knee is going to wiggle behind you. Now you want to drop your hips towards the ground in this kneeling lunge. If you felt like a little bit more, you could bring the right elbow towards the ground, maybe the left elbow towards the ground. Hug that left knee in towards the left shoulder, so you're a bit more active here. And you could stay here. If you felt like that quad stretch again, you could either walk up to your hands, twist the body towards the left, and then maybe if your flexibility of your right leg allows you to, you can pick the leg up without the strap, or use the strap, wrap it behind the ankle again, sling it over your left shoulder, and then draw it in that way. And you might stay here, or you might walk the right elbow down. Breathing into any discomfort that you might be experiencing. Two more long breaths. Releasing the back leg. Press up onto your hands. Slide your left knee in. And then sit back down on your hips. You're going to try that on the other side. So start by extending the right foot out long. Left foot into the right inner thigh. Using the strap here to help assist. Breathe in, pull the toes back. Exhale, use this pull on the strap to tilt your hips behind you, reaching the chest forward. Exhaling to fold a little bit deeper. And just notice when we hold these poses for a little bit longer, where the tension is being held in the body. Sometimes you might notice the teeth clenching or the eyebrows furrowing. And if you do notice these happening, just take a breath. Letting it release on the exhale. One more breath here. Walk yourself back. Keep the strap where it is, but twist your hips towards the 45. You might have your right knee here bent, by the way. You might have your right knee bent here, by the way. I should, proper English. So right hand down the strap. Maybe the right elbow bends as well. And you could stay here, left hand could be down somewhere, or you can bring the left hand behind the head, using a breath in to peel that left elbow and shoulder back, pushing the right elbow into the leg, exhaling to hold. Two more breaths. And then starting to release. Bring the strap down to the side. Push through the hands. Bring the left knee behind you. Right foot walks out to the outside of the mat. Shift yourself around so that the hips drop down towards the ground, and you might stay on the hands. You might walk down to the elbows, and if you're not quite there yet, you might have a block or something nearby that you can stack your elbows onto. And maybe you stay with this, or you can always find the quad stretch with or without the strap. And you can make this more of a twisted motion, kind of turning the body towards the right, maybe even pushing the right hand down into the right thigh. Or you can kind of turn the body towards center. Just have a play with what feels good for you today. One more really slow, intentional breath here. Releasing the strap from around the leg. Pushing yourself up. This time, let's slide the left knee forward. We are going to come down onto the back. Take the strap with you. Once you're there, kind of loop the right foot, the strap around the right foot, extend the left leg out long, and then you might start with the right knee bent, and then as you feel comfortable, extend the right toes up. bending and straightening a little bit. We're not going to stay here for too long. Once you've found a position that you'd like to hold in for a couple of breaths, stay there. Pulling the hands closer towards you to help pull that foot back a little bit more. And you could bend the right knee again, or you keep it long. Transition the right hand around the strap, left hand towards the hip, the left hip. Start to move that right foot towards the right side. So you're almost finding like a half happy baby here, or with the leg out closer towards the side. You might feel this more through the adductors. Staying here for another 1 or 2 breaths. Bring the leg back through center, and maybe you keep the leg long, or you might transition it towards the left, taking a twist through the spine. Right knee could be bent or straight here. Keeping the right shoulder towards the ground. 1 more breath. Come back through center and we'll swap the legs out. Starting with the left knee bent and then extending it out long. Keep connecting to your breath. Holding in a position for another 2 to 3 breaths. And then taking the left hand around the strap, either with the left knee bent or a little bit longer, transition the left foot towards the side. You might like to have the right hand down on the right hip to anchor that down so we don't twist our body lifting that right hip as we open the left leg. You might even like to turn the right ear down to the ground to help assist with that counterbalance. And then using your next breath in, coming back through center, keeping the leg long or bending it, exhale, twist towards the right, looking down the left shoulder this time. And then coming back through center, releasing the strap by the sides. We'll finish with a bridge, bringing the feet close towards the hips, hands by the sides. Start to press through the heels to lift the hips up. Feeling the chest open towards the sky. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, lower yourself down. Just staying down in this position for another minute or so. Closing down the eyes. Allowing the body to fully deepen towards the ground. And when you're ready, just starting to bring some movement back into the body. Making our way up into a seat. Closing down the eyes. And I thank you so much for joining me today, wherever you are. I hope that your body and your mind feels a little bit better after this practice, maybe a little bit more open, a little bit more stretchy and fluid. Anyway, I would love to hear from you, so feel free to comment down below, share it with a friend, and if you wanted to support this channel a little bit more, then you can head over to our Patreon account, and that's where we have a few longer videos, longer classes that you can check out there. Anyway, I'd love to see you sometime soon.